Wild weather has hit the UK hard this year, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Extreme storms, flooding, and record-breaking temperatures are becoming more frequent. The question we all need to ask ourselves, are we truly ready for the climate crisis? The UK is no stranger to bad weather, but in recent years, we've seen a sharp increase in the severity and frequency of extreme weather events. This past winter, the UK experienced some of the heaviest rainfall in decades, leading to widespread flooding across parts of England and Wales. In some areas, the floods reached record-breaking levels, causing severe disruption to local communities. Beyond the floods, we've also witnessed powerful storms, such as Storm Kira and Storm Dennis, wreak havoc on coastal regions, with powerful gusts of wind and torrential rain. These events have caused millions of pounds in damage and, tragically, have led to loss of life. But it's not just floods and storms. The UK is also experiencing higher-than-ever heatwaves, which put additional pressure on public health systems. Climate change is at the heart of this crisis. Over the past century, global temperatures have risen steadily, and with it, the frequency and intensity of extreme weather events. Scientists have long warned that the UK would not be immune to these changes, and recent data shows that they were right. As the planet warms, we're seeing more water evaporate into the atmosphere, which means more intense storms and higher levels of precipitation. On the flip side, the warmer air also leads to more severe heat waves. This combination creates a volatile weather system, and the UK is right in the middle of it. The economic impact of these weather events is staggering. Last year alone, floods caused damages to the tune of billions of pounds. Insurance companies are facing unprecedented claims, and businesses, especially those in agriculture, are struggling to keep up with the damage. The farming industry is particularly vulnerable, with crops being destroyed by flooding or droughts, leading to food shortages and increased prices. Beyond the economy, the social cost is equally significant. Vulnerable communities are hit the hardest, with lower-income households and elderly individuals more likely to face displacement due to flooding or heat waves. Not to mention, the NHS is stretched thin dealing with health issues exacerbated by climate change, such as heat stroke and respiratory problems. So, how prepared is the UK to handle these climate extremes? Experts suggest that while we have made strides in adapting to some of the changes, we're still not doing enough. The UK government has set ambitious goals to reduce carbon emissions, but the path to achieving net zero carbon emissions by 2050 remains challenging. On the positive side, renewable energy sources like wind and solar power are becoming more prevalent, and the UK is investing in flood defences. However, climate scientists warn that these efforts must be significantly ramped up if we are to prevent even more severe consequences in the coming decades. We need to not only reduce our carbon footprint but also adapt our infrastructure to cope with the changing climate. This includes investing in flood defences, better building codes, and more sustainable agricultural practices. As individuals, we all have a role to play. While large-scale governmental action is essential, there are things we can do in our everyday lives to help mitigate the effects of climate change. Reducing energy consumption, recycling more, and supporting sustainable food production can all make a difference. Every small action adds up, and while it might feel like one person can't make a big impact, remember, collective efforts can drive significant change. Join the conversation on climate action, support green initiatives, and push for stronger policies.